Hey, I'm from GameEnthus.com, and this is the second edition of Hideous Abomination. This is what the original box looks like as compared to the new one. So the new one's a little bit bigger, but there's some other differences and things as to why this is the first edition. This is the second. So first, second. Okay. So I do kind of like pushing the box up in the first edition and rotating it and seeing the horrible things that's horrible. So yeah, this is the first edition. Very similar. There are some tweaks and some changes that were made. Things like there's no more discard piles. You draw 2 body part cards instead of the 1. The die has changed to look more like a vertebrae. There's some other tweaks and things, I guess, to sort of streamline the gameplay based on some feedback. But the core gameplay is the same. You are creating a horrible looking thing. And yeah. So every player would be dealt a torso, which is a card that basically has 4 loose ends, 4 sides with which to place a body part. The regular award cards will just be left in a stack there. They're not going to be revealed until someone rolls award on the die. And the 3 gold awards will be left out, which is done, teensy, which is fewest tiles, and then showy, which is most colors. So how a game ends is the game ends when one person has completely capped off their abomination, meaning they have no loose ends, and there's more award cards out than there are people playing. Second. So you have 3 body parts out here. These are for tie, so I guess if people do tie for some of the awards and things, or if they tie for the gold awards, they would get these. So this is placeholdy and TBD, and this is stopgappy. So ties are friendly, and these are the physical embodiment of that friendliness. Each player would also get 3 body parts for their beginning hand. And the body parts are listed on this rotating card, which you can probably barely see. So let me do a better job at the rotating. Okay, so once again, once the number of award cards that come out are greater than the number of players, the game is over, in addition to somebody having fully completed, meaning they cannot add any more cards to their abomination. So most turns except for the first one. The first one you would just draw, you just go right to the drawing 1 from here, 1 from here, 2 from here, 2 from here. You're just drawing 2 cards. And then you would, on a normal turn, you would roll the die, do what it says, and then draw. On the first turn, you just draw. But the die faces, so the actual actions are, one of the first things you can do is you can draw. If this die face comes up, you draw 2 cards between what's out here and what's in this deck. The second action is you can dig. Dig means you can dig through one of these piles. These are the draw piles. They're the parts, the spare parts buffet. So at the end of your turn, you do discard down to 3, and you're discarding to any one of the 3 spare parts piles. So as a dig, this is the aforementioned award, where you're flipping out an award card that everybody can try to score off of. And after that, you would just do the drawing you would normally do, drawing 2 tiles. And then we have steal. So you can steal a parts card from any abomination, provided it has not been bolted down. So you can bolt things down, so nobody can steal them. But if somebody does steal from you, then they have to take 2 bolt tokens from the supply and give them to you. So that's another thing from the difference between the first and second edition. In the first edition, getting your stuff stolen felt a little more punishing. Not as much in this one, which is a good thing. And in this one is the go mad, which means you can pick any one of the other actions. So it's up to you. So let's say this is the first player. They would just draw. So let's see what they have here. Okay, they have a nexus, a head, and oh, it's a tail. Okay, that little curly thing means tail. I thought it meant Dreamcast. So a head. Is this a yeah? This is a nexus. It looks, but it's funny. It's in the same orientation as a torso, though. It also, because art is subjective, it also gives you a count in terms of the numbers of ears and noses. So this one has 4 ears and 2 noses, which matter for some of the award. So they took that, so they ended up getting another head, and then they had what they already had. So the second step of everybody's turn is you play. You play on any abomination, meaning you play on yours, somebody else's. So you're trying to keep other people going. If somebody's getting to a point where they can probably cap theirs off, then you want to play something. You'd want to put something like this down. So if they're heading towards winning, you can hopefully stop them from doing so. So you can play on any abomination you wish. I'm just going to play on my own, and I'm going to play that, and I have to discard down to 3 cards. I don't need that many heads, so I'm going to discard that. This player's turn. They're going to roll. Okay, so they got the wild symbol there. They can do whatever they want. I say they really took a liking to that crown purple looking head. So they're going to steal. So they're going to steal this one, and now it's theirs. So because they stole it, they have to give this player 2 bolts that they can't use right now, but that's okay. And the game will continue. So at the end of the game, Hideous Abominations might look something like these. And at that point, whoever finished first, so this player actually finished. There's no loose ends here at all. So they will get 3 points. This gold award for complete abomination. And then the other gold awards will be handed out for everyone else. So fewest tiles will go over here. Most colors. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so most colors will go over to that player as well. So they have 6 so far. Then you get into the awards. So most Nexus tiles. They have 2, so they get this one. They get most Nexus tiles. Most crotch tiles. You gotta have a crotch. Well, you don't have to. I think that will come over to this player. I think they have a crotch. I don't think this player has any crotches at all. Not a single crotch. It's weird. And then most teeth, and then you can use the actual numbers on the card to count all that out. So you get the idea. So once somebody finishes and there are more awards than there are players, then end the game with sugar. I'm not sure if you finish out the round. I kind of feel like maybe finish out the round and give other players a chance. But if you're done first, you're just going to get that one regardless. So, yeah. Hideous Abomination. 2nd edition. So, the Kickstarter might be finished now or very close to being finished. But the game will be coming out. Will be available, I guess, shortly. So, it's fun. I do like some of the changes they made. The box size, I don't know, it's just a thicker box, if you will. But it plays very similarly. I do understand the changes that were made. So this box is just kind of just bigger. There's also an expansion in here that came with the original, but you can still use all the same cards. And I recognize a lot of them are the same. I believe there was a robotic and like an undead expansion. So all those are still very much viable. And the playtime is about the same, 15 to 30 minutes. And they both have a simplified rule set for ages 5 and up. The 2nd edition has explained it. The 2nd edition has a rule set for 5 and up, whereas the 1st edition has a rule set for 8 and up. So that's pretty cool. And stealing does not feel as bad because you do get the bolts. So yeah, Hideous Abomination. 2nd edition of the sequel. but not the sequel. I'm saying too many words. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you for watching. Take care. Stay safe. Be blessed. Oh, there will be a link in the description to the crowdfunding site for this.